How could you be so heartless and cruel to miss your own daughter's funeral? The funeral of the precious child you brought into this world with so much love and hope.
Georgia? Is that really you? I can't believe it. I haven't heard from you in years.
You can despise me and curse me all you want, but I can't stand by and watch you neglecting your own flesh and blood. The little girl who looked so much like you.
Hold on a second. I never had any children. What are you talking about? You must be mistaken.
Don't you dare lie to me. I pity Julia, who died at the tender age of only 5. She deserved a mother than you. A mother who would care for her and protect her.
I'm telling you the truth. I don't even know who this poor girl Julia is. Where did you get this idea from? Who told you this?
I heard that you abandoned your child because of your career. You chose money over love. You are a disgrace to motherhood. You have no heart.
Whose child are you talking about? I think you're confused.
Don't play dumb with me. She's the child that you and my son conceived. The child that you hid from me.
Yosef and I divorced 7 years ago. We don't have any children together. We never did.
What? That can't be true.
We informed you about our divorce, remember? We sent you a letter. We explained everything.
Yes, but my son told me that you guys changed your mind and decided to give your marriage another chance. He said he loved you and wanted to make it work.
No, we didn't. We got divorced, and we've never seen each other since then. It's been 7 years since we last spoke to each other, too. He lied to you.
The reason you wanted to get a divorce was me, right? Because you hated me? I heard that you two made a deal to get back together on the condition that I never interfere with your lives again. That you would cut me off completely.
What kind of nonsense is that? That's not true at all.
So I respected your wishes and decided not to contact you anymore. But when I found out that you skipped your own daughter's funeral, I couldn't just keep quiet. That's why I texted you. I had to confront you.
I've never hated you, Georgia. You're my former mother-in-law. I always try to get along with you.
I see. Then is it true that you and my son got divorced?
If you still have any doubts, I can show you a copy of the divorce certificate.
No, I believe you. Now that I think about it, you're not the kind of person who would leave her own child with me, expressing any gratitude or ever coming to pick her up herself. You always seemed responsible and caring.
Then who is the mother of the child named Julia?
I have no idea. She was nowhere to be seen at the funeral. She left her daughter with me and never came back. She never even called or wrote. I don't know her name or where she lives. I don't know anything about her.
By the way, what was the cause of her death? How did it happen?
A car accident? Yosef says she suddenly slipped out of his hand and ran onto the road. He tried to chase her, but it was too late. A speeding truck hit her and she died on the spot.
That's horrible. I can't imagine how you must feel. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Julia was a sweet girl and would always obey us, never giving us any trouble. Most kids around her age are more rebellious, I hear. But she was different. She was always polite and respectful.
She was a bright girl. I remember when I met her the first time. She greeted me with a smile and gave me a hug. She was so adorable.
I was looking forward to seeing her grow up and go to school. I wanted to teach her how to read and write. I wanted to see her make friends and have fun.
But would such a well-mannered child run out onto the street without any reason? That doesn't make sense to me. Was there something that caught her attention?
She may be smart, but she was only 5 years old. Maybe she saw a beautiful flower. She loved flowers, you know. She would always pick them and give them to me.
She liked flowers? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she seemed to know more about them than I did. It looked like she was studying the flower meanings too. She would tell me what each flower symbolized and what message it conveyed.
Actually, I have some knowledge about flowers too. I used to work as a florist before I became a journalist. What kind of flowers did Julia like?
Clovers, lobellas, carnations, hydrangeas. She said her favorite was the black lily. She said it was the most mysterious and elegant flower.
That's a very unusual choice for a child. Black lilies are rare and expensive. They also have a dark meaning. They symbolize death and rebirth.
What's wrong? You look pale. Is something bothering you?
Nothing. It's just a coincidence. Were there any other things about her that were peculiar? Anything that stood out to you?
There was something weird about the way she walked. I tried to correct it over and over, but she couldn't. She would always drag her left foot behind her, as if it was heavier than the other. Why would you ask such a thing? Do you suspect something?
These things about the girl bother me, including her favorite flowers. They don't add up. They make me wonder if she really was your son's child.
How does that bother you? What are you implying? Are you saying that my son lied to me? That he brought home a stranger's child and pretended it was his?
A mother who doesn't take care of her child and doesn't show up for her child's funeral. A child who was too well behaved and had a peculiar gait. A car accident where she suddenly ran onto the street. This can't be a coincidence. Think about it. This can't be a normal situation.
Don't tell me that. Don't you dare say that my granddaughter was not my granddaughter.
Maybe I'm overreacting, but I have to look into her mother just to make sure. I have to find out who she really was and why she abandoned her child.
I'll ask Yosef. I'll get him to tell me the truth. He owes me an explanation.
Wait a minute. If you ask him, there's a risk that he'll deceive you again. He might make up another story to cover his tracks. Besides, you must be feeling down about Julia, so you might not be able to think straight. You might not be able to handle the truth.
That's true. My son knows me well, so it must be easy for him to deceive me. He knows how to manipulate me and make me believe that what he wants me to believe. He's done it before.
I will look into it. I will use my skills as a journalist to find out the truth. I will contact you when I have some information.
I feel bad to involve you, since you have nothing to do with this. You're not related to us anymore. You have your own life to live.
It's okay. I regret not contacting you all these years. I just thought you might be annoyed if you got calls or texts from me who wasn't family anymore. But I should have anyway. I'm sorry. I still care about you.
I'm the one who should be apologizing for mistakenly accusing you of something you never did. I'm sorry for being rude and harsh to you. I'm sorry, but it would be helpful if you looked into it. I need to know the truth.
Leave it to me. I'll do my best. And when I know the truth, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Prepare $100,000 within a week, or else you'll regret it.
What the hell? I didn't expect to hear from you after 7 years. Why are you calling me now?
My daughter died. She was killed in a car accident.
Her name is Julia, right? The one you claimed was your child with me?
How do you know about her? Did someone tell you?
Your mother told me. She contacted me and accused me of being a terrible mother. Whose child is she really?
It doesn't matter. All that matters is that I need $100,000 for my daughter's funeral. Just hand me over the money and don't ask any questions.
Huh? Why would I? I don't owe you anything. You're the one who lied to me and cheated on me.
Because my child is your child too. You're the one who gave birth to her. And you, the good-for-nothing mother, abandoned your own daughter.
Are you crazy? You and I divorced 7 years ago, remember? We never had any children together. We never even tried.
So what? Kids are a nation's treasure. That means they're your treasure too. You have a responsibility to take care of them.
Are you serious? You're delusional.
Of course, I'm serious. And even though we're divorced now, we've been married once. It's common sense to at least donate some money for the funeral of your ex-husband's child. It's the least you can do.
No, this is not surely common sense. This is absurd. I've never met the child, and it's been 7 years since we've last talked. Besides, $100K for a funeral is too much. That's outrageous.
I arranged my lovely daughter's funeral to be spectacular. She deserves the best.
Then pay it yourself. You're the one who claims to be her father. You should bear the cost.
I heard your company is doing well. You're the CEO of a successful media corporation. You're rich and famous, right?
Why would you bring up my company all of a sudden? What does it have to do with anything?
$100,000 is nothing to you. Just enough for an allowance for a kid, right? You can spare that much?
No, of course not. That's a lot of money. I worked hard to earn it. And of course, I'm not going to give it to you.
If people find out that you won't even pay a penny for your child's funeral, even though you're a company CEO, what do you think would happen? How do you think they would react?
Are you threatening me? I've never had a daughter.
Most people don't know that. They're all idiots who believe what they read on the internet. And I'm going to make sure they read what I want them to read.
That's slander. You can't do that, and you have no proof.
You can sue me all you want, but you can't stop your bad reputation from spreading. You can't stop the public from hating you.
Oh, no, you wouldn't dare.
I'll give you 3 days to prepare the money. I'll meet you at West Park 3 p.m. Be sure to bring $100,000. And don't try to trick me or run away.
You want me to hand it over in person?
That's right. I want to see your face when you give me the money.
There is no way I can carry that much money. It's too heavy and risky.
Put it in a suitcase or something. Make it look like you're going on a trip. If you don't show up, you know what I'll do, right? I'll ruin your life. Be sure to come. Hey, it's time. Why aren't you here yet? Where the hell are you? Don't tell me you're not coming.
No way I'm going. I'm not falling for your trap. I'm not giving you a single cent.
You've got to be kidding me. You can't do this to me. How dare you break your promise?
Why should I pay for someone else's daughter's funeral when I'm not even close to them?
I guess you don't mind losing your company then.
Wait a minute. There is someone I want to invite to our chat. Someone who knows the truth and can prove you wrong.
Huh? Who are you talking about? What are you up to?
You deceive me, you idiot son? How dare you lie to me for 7 years?
Mom! What are you doing here?
I invited your mother to show her how pathetic you've become. How you've been living a life of lies and crimes.
Damn it, Monica! You bitch! How could you do this to me?
I heard the reason you guys got divorced was because you had an affair. You betrayed Monica, who was such a wonderful wife to you. You broke her heart and mine.
Oh crap. I told you not to tell, Mom.
That's because you're always lying to her. You're always lying to everyone. You don't care about anyone but yourself.
I can't believe you cheated on Monica, who was such a loyal and loving partner to you. Plus, I heard your affair partner was only 20 years old at that time. What an idiot you are! You threw away your marriage for a fling.
Monica is not young and she makes more money than me, so that makes her lack in charm. Men are attracted to young, cute girls who they feel protective of. Girls who need them and admire them.
I thought I gave birth to a human being, but I guess he turned out to be a beast living on instinct alone. You have no morals, no values, no conscience.
I don't care about the fear anymore. The problem here is that you lied to your mother about our divorce. Explain why you lied to her.
Genevieve got pregnant, so I had no choice but to pretend it was you who got pregnant.
Genevieve is the girl you had an affair when you were married to me, right? The girl you left me for? You could have just told your mom you were remarrying her because she got pregnant.
But you don't like shallow girls, right, Mom? You don't like girls who are only after money and looks.
I don't like people who lack focus and maturity.
See? Genevieve has 7 piercings. She's got a lip-to-ear chain. She even has big tattoos on her body. You would never allow me to get married to a girl like that. You would never accept her as your daughter-in-law.
I would have told you to take responsibility if I knew she was pregnant with your child. No matter what kind of looks that girl had, I would have supported you and your child.
That's a lie. You would have definitely been against it.
But there's no reason to lie that Julia was the child between you and Monica. There's no reason to use Monica's name and reputation to deceive me.
Well, Genevieve gave birth, but never took care of her. She ran away and left me with a baby. She said she didn't want to be a mother.
What? Then why didn't you take care of her?
There is no way I can take care of a kid. I don't have the money, the time, or the patience.
She's your daughter, you know.
All I could do as a father was to ask Mom to take care of her. I thought Mom would happily agree to take care of her if I told her she was Monica's child.
It's true that I was willing to help out Monica by taking care of Julia as much as possible. But I can't believe you lied and used my kindness to your convenience.
I'm sorry, but I'm devastated that I lost my daughter. So stop blaming me so much.
Stop acting like the tragic father. You're making me sick.
Why would you say such things?
Your mother had me realize you were lying. So I hired a detective to look into everything to find out the truth.
What did you find out? What did he tell you?
You murdered your own daughter. You killed her in cold blood.
No way. My son may be an idiot, but he would never do such a thing.
I'm sorry, Georgia, but it's time to face reality. It's time to see your son for who he really is.
Do you have any proof? That detective couldn't have seen me do it. He couldn't have followed me. He couldn't have known.
That sounds almost like a confession.
No, I would never do that. It was an accident.
You told your new girlfriend that you got rid of your daughter. I have it all on record.
New girlfriend? You cheated on your wife again?
Yes, this idiot is cheating on his wife again. He's cheating on Genevieve with another girl. A girl who's even younger and more naive.
I admit I cheated on Genevieve, But I didn't commit murder. It's just a made-up story. I told her. There is no way that's true.
That's for the police to find out.
You called the police?
Of course. Hearing your mother explain about Julia, it made me feel like there was something hidden behind the story. Child abandonment and a child who listens too well for her age. You and your wife treated Julia like a slave, didn't you? You abused her and neglected her.
Come to think of it, she was much skinnier than the other kids around her age. I thought it was just an individual difference. But maybe she was starving and malnourished.
Are you kidding me? There's no way we were treating her like a slave. She just had a small appetite and was smarter than other kids. She didn't need much food or attention.
If the parents discipline their children well enough, surely they will learn to listen to adults. But no kid can grow up to be like that without any proper parenting, unless they were threatened in any way.
You've never raised a child, so what do you know? You don't know anything about parenting.
You're right. I've never raised a kid, but I've been a kid once. I know how it feels to be a child.
Stop talking nonsense.
Georgia, did you ever see any bruises or scars on Julia?
I don't think there was any noticeable scars. She always wore long sleeves and pants, so I couldn't see her arms or legs. But she never complained or cried. She always smiled and said she was fine.
You're accusing me of violence? I would never hurt my own daughter.
Did you look at the soles of her feet? You said the way she walked was weird.
She always wore socks, so I never saw them. But when I saw them after she passed away, they were covered in bruises and scratches. I thought it was from an accident, but maybe it was from something else.
I see. Maybe they were targeting parts of the body where other people couldn't see.
Hey, don't make crazy assumptions.
I'll ask the kindergarten teachers. I'm sure they had water play activities during the summer. They might know something.
Don't ask them anything.
Why would you want to stop her? Are my assumptions right?
It's all her fault. No matter how awfully we treat her or how much we scold her, she would always say, "I love you, Mommy and Daddy."
So you thought you could hurt her?
If she loves us so much, she can endure whatever we do to her.
Shut up, you heartless idiot!
What? What did you say?
It's natural for children to love their parents, no matter how terrible their parents are. They mean the world to them. They trust them and depend on them. But adults who take advantage of those feelings are just demons. They're the worst kind of criminals.
Mom? How can you say that to me?
I raised you with love, but how can you understand this?
I'm sorry.
Not to me. Apologize to Julia. But I guess it's too late now. You can't bring her back.
Why did you do this if you wanted to be with your new girlfriend? You could have just divorced Genevieve and let her go.
I didn't have any money. I couldn't pay any child support even if she asked for it, so I thought I'd just eliminate her.
Why don't you have any money? You used to have a good job, right?
Genevieve lavishes money. So we ran out of savings in a heartbeat. She spent it all on clothes, jewelry, drugs, and parties. She didn't care about anything else.
Still, if you got a divorce, she wouldn't be able to spend your money anymore. If you had a job, you could have at least paid child support. You could have at least supported your child.
I don't have a job now. I don't have any source of income.
You quit the company you've been working for all these years? Why did you throw away your career?
Genevieve and I sold our bank accounts for quick cash. The bank found out and the police caught us. I got fired from the company and I can't open an account at any bank now. I can't even find a new job. I'm blacklisted.
I can't believe you were that stupid.
That's why you asked me to hand over $100,000 in person instead of transferring the money to your bank account.
$100,000? Why are you asking Monica to pay you such money? Why are you extorting her?
It was for the funeral. Monica earns a fortune, so I thought she would pay me the money if I threatened her a bit. I thought she would feel guilty and obliged.
You should have asked me first. I would have helped you with the funeral. I would have paid for it. Besides, it was just a regular funeral. $10,000 should be enough to cover it.
I thought I'd use the rest to pay off my debts.
You're beyond help, Yosef. I just got off the phone with the police. They finished checking the security footage at the intersection. They saw everything. They saw you pushing Julia onto the road and killing her. I told them you were at West Park, so they'll catch you soon enough. They'll be here any minute.
I don't want to be caught.
Pay for your sins. For what you did to your own daughter. What you did can never be undone. You can never bring her back. But the least you can do is to reflect on your actions, to realize how wrong you were.
Yeah, I murdered my sweet child Julia, who loved me even when I never did anything to deserve her love. I did the most unforgivable thing.
I'll tell you one last thing. One last thing before you go to hell.
What is it? What do you want to say?
The flower meanings of Julia's favorite flowers. The flower she always gave you and your wife. Clover is vengeance. Lobelia is malice. Carnation is contempt. And hydrangea is cruelty.
Oh God.
And the black lily, which she loved the most, is a curse. A curse that follows you and haunts you. I assume these were Julia's true feelings towards you later on. Yosef is now locked up for 30 years for murder. He killed his own daughter, Julia, by pushing her in front of a truck. He will never get out of his debt hole. He still owes $80,000 to his creditors. And he has to pay alimony to Genevieve, his ex-wife, who he cheated on and left. Julia's curse will haunt him forever. Juliet was the girl he dumped Genevieve for. The girl he lied to and used. She died in his arms, cursing him with her last breath. She said she would never know happiness or peace. He would only know pain and suffering. I hope Julia's soul is in a better place. She was such a sweet and innocent child. She deserved so much more. She deserved a father and a mother, not monsters and strangers.